Well guys, it seems the Bolshevik Broadcasting Corporation is back race hustling with the best of them, as it once again attacks white men because they can.
Fuck pigs.
This actually makes me laugh though, because it tells me the tosspots of the BBC must consider the white race to be superior to others, and so fair game for attack to defend minorities. This, I've got to say, seems a bit racist to me, but middle class lefties often are, so I'm not shocked at you. Now, as you can see, this time it relates to train drivers in the UK, being mostly middle-aged white men who not long ago the BBC defended against the government when striking. Yeah, it's funny how they've now flipped to targeting them there, ain't it? But I guess they are white, so they're always fair game. Anyway, it seems for DEI reasons, train drivers being mostly white is now shocking to these ponces, despite the fact that this is a white country, and would be like moaning about there being mostly black train drivers in Uganda or Nigeria. Naturally though, when you got demented trats like this holding diversity and inclusion posts within train firms, we must expect these anti-white bullshit articles from the BBC. Take this bit from the diversity trout herself for example. It's really important we have a diversity of thinking within the railway, which is as important as diversity of ethnicity. It freshens us up as an organisation. It brings creativity so that we get different people enriching the working environment for the railway of the future. I think the local scholars using the trains enrich southern trains enough without needing enrichment from drivers, just like these imported scholars enrich every local area that southern trains pass through in London. Clearly though, this middle class trout doesn't live in the real world, while diversity is more likely to stab you than it is be your strength. But really this shouldn't even be news, as it's how it should be, and it actually works, as British railways are some of the safest around last I checked. You bring DEI and all that bollocks into it and British trains will be like Boeing airplanes before you know it, with bits falling off them and shit. Of course, the entire article completely ignores the fact that maybe black and brown people don't want to drive trains because a love of trains is generally something middle-aged men seem to enjoy. It's a bit like when the BBC called the countryside or skiing racist because black people don't go there.
Tina may be one of only a handful of places to host the Alpine World Championships, but it's similar to every resort in Europe and across North America in one respect: the fact that almost everyone in these beautiful places is white. That is certainly the case here in Largs, and has been at all of the places that I've been fortunate enough to visit through competition and now work.
When you're in the majority, you fit in. So why would you question it? It's only by looking at this through a different lens you start to realise that these environments perhaps aren't as equal, as accessible, or as welcoming.
Of course, this is just another sign of how it's now acceptable to attack white men, when you'll never hear these fuckpigs say the same about any profession that's overrepresented by minorities or women. But the fact the BBC even put out this article is just yet more proof that the BBC not only needs to be defunded but outright fucking nuked from orbit.
Pandemic.
Where